Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys' Dak Prescott gets called out by Super Bowl winning QB. The Dallas Cowboys pulled off a road win at Acrisure Stadium on Sunday, October 6, over the Pittsburgh Steelers, 20-17, and they're 3-2 going into their Week 6 game against the Detroit Lions. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott had a strong game against the Steelers, especially when he pulled off a cool, late-game move by throwing a touchdown to wide receiver Jalen Tolbert with only 20 seconds left on the clock, setting Tolbert up for a 70-yard drive that gave the Cowboys the win. NFL fans, experts, and former players who were watching the game took notice of Prescott's showing, including former Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, who won 2 Super Bowls with Pittsburgh. Even after retirement, Roethlisberger stays active in the NFL with his Footballin' podcast. The former quarterback has been watching his Steelers this season and, of course, made some comments about their loss against the Cowboys. Prescott has yet to win a Super Bowl, but Roethlisberger's kind words could be encouraging to the Cowboy. On his podcast, Roethlisberger said that Prescott came through when the Cowboys most needed it, and that impressed him. He had 2 huge drives when they needed it most. That's why you're paying a gut to win the game, Roethlisberger said in the October 7 edition of the show. All in all, I think for the linemen that were going down, there were guys stepping up for the Cowboys that I didn't even know who they were. That's what you want and that's what you expect. That's also what a good quarterback does. He elevates those guys that you don't know much about to bring it on and be their best. I thought he did a good job at that. Roethlisberger wasn't the only one gushing over Prescott. The quarterback got more kudos from Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin, who actually said it would be a disservice to the game to not give praise to Prescott. When talking about the mistakes the Steelers made against the Cowboys, Tomlin took a few moments to first say some kind words about Prescott. Sometimes it was just quality playmaking and throws and catches, Tomlin told the media on Tuesday, October 8. I thought Dak went down the middle of the field to Cowboys wide receiver Cavonde Turpin one time, and I just thought that that was an awesome look-off and really good throw, and we made the hit almost immediately. He added, and that just speaks to the talents of Dak Prescott. And oftentimes, I certainly want to be reflective and own our component of circumstances, but I'm doing a disservice to the game sometimes if you don't acknowledge the quality, skill set and the talents of those you compete against. Tomlin also said some kind things about Prescott in the post-game press conference after the loss, stating that he's a veteran guy and good in those moments. He added, when you're playing a good team and particularly a guy like Dak Prescott, man, you're in tight ball games. He ends up with the ball last, and you've got a chance to lose, and that's really just a synopsis of what transpired. Tony Dungy gets 100% real about seeing Russell Wilson in practice. The Pittsburgh Steelers fell to 3-2 on the season following a disappointing loss to the Dallas Cowboys in Week 5. After a solid start, the Justin Fields-led offense has struggled of late as the team has dropped 2 straight games. Meanwhile, veteran quarterback Russell Wilson is nearing his return after missing the first 5 weeks of the season with a calf injury. Wilson practiced in full on Wednesday. Hall of Fame head coach turned analyst Tony Dungy thought Wilson looked great at practice, according to Pro Football Talk. Wilson ran the scout team offense against the first-string defense and looked good doing so. Steelers fans are ready for the team to turn to Wilson at quarterback, particularly considering Fields' Week 5 hiccup. And given the Pro Bowler's return to practice after a 5-week rehab, it seems like a reasonable time to make the change. The Steelers, however, don't seem ready to replace Fields. The team has been competitive with the 4th-year pro under center. While they didn't light up the scoreboard last Sunday, Pittsburgh did lead late in the 4th quarter before the defense gave up the game-winning touchdown to the Cowboys. The coaching staff appears to have Fields back. New offensive coordinator Arthur Smith raved about the former first-round pick on Thursday, calling him extremely coachable. Still, the Steelers did name Wilson their starting quarterback in the preseason. After 2 forgettable seasons with the Denver Broncos, Pittsburgh brought Wilson in on a 1-year, $1.2 million deal. The 9-time Pro Bowl QB signed for the veteran's minimum while Denver continues to pay out the 5-year pact he signed in 2022. Fields is only getting an opportunity to play because Wilson re-aggravated a calf injury prior to Week 1. While there are signs the coaching staff wants to move forward with him, is the team willing to move on from Wilson? A potential trade to the Raiders has been floated. Las Vegas quarterback situation is uncertain at the moment after the Raiders benched Gardner Minshew due to a poor showing in Week 5. The Steelers had a busy offseason, completely swapping out their quarterback room. In addition to Wilson, the team also added Fields through a trade with the Chicago Bears prior to the 2024 season. Chicago selected Fields with the 11th overall pick in the 2021 draft. However, he became expendable when the organization took Caleb Williams first overall in the 2024 draft. The Steelers play the Raiders in Las Vegas in Week 6. The team is tied for first place in the AFC North and looking to improve to 3-3 on the season. Raiders linebacker wants revenge on Pittsburgh Steelers for letting him walk in free agency. Former Pittsburgh Steelers and now Las Vegas Raiders linebacker Robert Spillane knows all about what it means to play the Steelers. For the second straight year, he will face his former team in Las Vegas. And while 2023 did not give him the revenge he wanted, 2024 is another opportunity for Spillane. The 28-year-old Spillane played for the Steelers from 2019 to 2022, going from a special teamer on the roster fringe to a legitimate starter. He earned a 2-year, $7 million contract in the 2023 offseason and has become a stalwart for the Raiders in the middle of their defense. He has set himself up for another nice payday this spring. However, Spillane would like to get some revenge on his former team. The Steelers did have a chance to bring him back in free agency and opted to let him walk instead, something that Spillane does not take kindly to even over a year later. Leaving them has only added to the chip on my shoulder. They had a chance to bring me back in free agency, but I'm here now and I'm so thankful to be a Raider and I look forward to bringing it to them on Sunday, Spillane said on Thursday. Spillane leads the NFL in tackles for loss among linebackers. He has 25 run stops, and is a massive reason why the Raiders are ranked as the top run defense by run success rate allowed. Even in more traditional metrics, such as yards per carry, they still rank top 5 in the NFL in run defense. Spillane will welcome back his running mate in Divine Double next to him, too. Deblo missed time with an oblique injury, and should add some needed speed to the second level along with Spillane, who can be the downhill hammer. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Robert Spillane? Leave your opinion in the comments.